Welcome back to Snackcast.
Hello.
We are moving on through. You want to flash the book? I don't have mine. Brain Energy, Dr. Palmer. Chapter 5, title of the chapter, Mental Disorders are Metabolic Disorders. I really enjoyed this.
I'm going to let you take the lead, mister.
So, it was a long time ago. You pulled up some graph that demonstrated the introduction of seed oils and what's kind of happened since then. And, seed oil's bad, right? But I didn't really know until we did the Great Cholesterol Myth and the explanation that they're packed with omega-6s, which inherently by themselves are not bad, but the Western diet has way too many omega-6s, which are inflammatory.
Right.
So kind of closing that knowledge loop, so now when I say seed oils are bad, I can explain why.
Right.
And it's not just,
Seed oil bad.
Right.
Right.
So I found this chapter to kind of be very similar. So for the record, the chapter in large part is about metabolism and why metabolism is such an important driver. And they make the case that it's not just mental health or mental wellness. It's neurology and cardiology and psychology and endocrinology, that it's all connected to metabolism.
Right. Yeah, the metabolism is everything for the cells, right? I mean, that's a pretty blanket term. It's like everything the cell needs. Cell needs energy, it gets energy. Cell needs vitamins and minerals, it gets vitamin and minerals. The cell needs...
I actually typed out his single sentence definition.
Okay, let's hear it.
And metabolism is the process of turning food into energy or building blocks for growing and maintaining cells, as well as the efficient and appropriate management of waste products. The easiest example I could give of waste product is CO2, right? We breathe in the oxygen, we expel the CO2. And all of that is possible because at the cellular level, the cells have the energy to do their job.
Okay.
Right? He kind of, I don't want to drive like the whole conversation here, but just kind of going through how I connected the chapter.
No, to me it's like I don't want. Maybe I connected the dots on the last chapter.
Okay.
More was that all mental illnesses are related to other illnesses, and that's where I already made the connection. And I think he's going a step further here. And while eye-opening, I didn't have the same that you did. I was like, okay, now he's connecting it at the very base level to metabolic health. Yeah. And, it goes on to say metabolic abnormalities have consistently been found in people with mental disorders, even those who don't yet already have recognized metabolic disorders of obesity, diabetes, or cardiovascular. He's basically saying that if it's almost like pre-diabetes and diabetes, right? It's like if you already have these metabolic problems starting to come on, you're probably going to develop mental illness, but you're also going to develop other illnesses. I mean, it's almost like everything, all illnesses seem to connect back to the two. And he even says that essentially all the risk factors for mental and metabolic disorders are the same.
Right.
So it didn't really have wow moment for me. There was a couple points in itself. That metabolic crisis is death itself, where the cells enter into the entire body, stop producing energy. Well,
and he talks about, of course I'm paraphrasing, right? But the complexity of the brain and its functions, the complexity of the heart and its functions, and the energy required to do the specific jobs that are literally vital to life, right? If the brain's not functioning, the heart's not functioning, we're dead. And that when that energy
ceases,
supply gets slightly out of whack, especially in something as complex as the brain, then there's ripple effects both in mental health and physiological health.
Right. Well, I think the one eye opener maybe to me was, why do we have all of these? It feels like health as a society has gone in the direction, or as an industry has gone into the way of the specialist. We have cardiologists, we have pulmonologists, we have endocrinologists, we got neurologists, we got all these different ologists, right? But when it comes down to it, we have no quarterback. You know, if you're looking at it like a football team, we got quarterback, wide receivers, running backs, everything else, right? Or we have no coach. let me rephrase.
Right.
There's it used to be general medicine. You used to have a general practitioner, and you used to maintain the whole field, right, for you from a health perspective. Your general practicing family doctor used to go, well, you know, you're a moron. You're eating all this sugar. You got high, you know, all this different carbohydrates that you're eating, or whatever. Your bad diet. You're not getting an exercise. Scott, go out and change your lifestyle. And now it's like, oh, I got a solution for this. Let me throw you on a pill. And then the other doctor is not seeing what's going on. And what I'm going long-winded here, but what he's basically saying is it all starts at this metabolic level. And that metabolic level seems to affect so many other things other than just mental health. Yeah. He's making the connection to mental health, but like you opened up with, it's physiological health as well.
Yeah. Towards the end, he gave an analogy of a big city. Do you recall that?
Mm-mm.
You know, he talked about
the traffic grid.
Right, the traffic grid. There's roads all over the place, left, right, north, south, east, west. You know, in traffic, some cars are going fast and some cars are going slow, and you have fender benders, you have traffic jams, you have accidents, and he said that in large part is how the energy. The metabolism, or the cellular function with the metabolism is moving, and it's all doing different things at different times. And I guess it hit me how really fragile that is. You know,
it's a pristine environment.
It's unbelievably complex.
And I think he alluded to that several times earlier with something like why you and I could have depression, and you have depression symptoms in a certain fashion. Right. Maybe you can't function and everything else, and maybe mine displays is physiological, right? Maybe I can't sleep. Maybe I have IBS, or I have something else that's going on that's affecting me, but we both have depression.
Right.
You know,
but it displays itself in completely different ways.
Right.
And the single, that was, I guess, key to this chapter, the single connecting thing between yours and mine is the metabolic state.
I like
and something going on. So I thought it was really good. Again, it kind of helped me, up until this point, I was kind of like not really giving it a lot of thought, but this chapter I went, oh, that's why the book's named Brain Energy. Up until then, it hadn't clicked. So I thought it was good. I'm looking forward to chapter 6.
I think I think he's really setting it up that it's all coming down to metabolic.
Yeah.
You know,
and is that a myth?
Is that a myth? I'm not saying that's a myth that there's no mental health issues. There are mental health issues.
Sure.
But they are symptoms of metabolic health problems.
Potentially. And that's what he's getting at.
I'm thinking he's got a pretty solid case he's building.
Me too. So it was good. Questions, comments, concerns, hit us at snackcast@yes.fit.
Stay moving.
See ya.